In this edition, we will be talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat Yojana, that is Self-Reliant India, the measures that have been announced, and ANBA 1, that is the first edition of ANBA, was in 5 trenches. And our Honorable Finance Minister has announced the full scheme of ANBA during the period May 13 to May 17. Now, since these measures have a lasting impact on the policies of the government, these are relevant for all the time to come. For example, it was distributed in 5 trenches, and the first trench was on what are the measures that will go for developing a business ecosystem, including relief to MSME sector. The focus was more on MSME sector because this sector is providing 30% of national income. It employs about 120 million people, and about 64 million units are always engaged in providing economic activity to millions of interconnected entrepreneurs. So their focus and their development will automatically provide economic growth to the whole system, and therefore the focus was more on improving the plight of MSME. It begins with change in the definition of MSME units. The big change that has come in the MSME definition is the difference between manufacturing units and service sector has been dispensed with. It has been brought under one umbrella, that is one MSME units only. And micro, small and medium enterprises, they have been linked to investment in plant and machinery and equipment. And the definition has been simplified. Since I have discussed the details in the video on MSME sector, I don't want to spend more time on giving the details of how the MSME units are to be defined, but the difference between manufacturing and service sector has been dispensed with, and it has been simplified and linked to the annual turnover and investment in plant and machinery and equipment. So this has been very brought down, simplified, so that the entrepreneurs will be able to get themselves registered with the government, because only 9 million units are registered with the MSME ministry, whereas there are about 64 million are estimated to be the number of units. That means many of them are yet to be connected to the mainstream of MSME sector. So after the definition was changed, the next change that has been brought is introduction of emergency credit line guarantee scheme, a loan scheme of rupees 3 trillion, and it is driven by banks and NBFCs. Banks and NBFCs can grant a loan of up to 20% of their existing limits, provided those loans were standard loans. They have not yet become NPAs at that point of time. On 29th of February 2020, those entrepreneurs can get 20% of the limit as an additional loan at a concessional interest rate of 9.25%, and the gestation period for it will be 1 year, and the repayment will be spread in 5 years. So ample time is given to the entrepreneurs to generate the income and repay the loans back to the banks and the NBFCs. It is quite possible that in this crisis, and maybe because of some external circumstances, some of the MSME units might have become bad loans. That is, they might have become NPAs. Even relief has been given to them by providing subordinate debt of rupees 20,000 crores. The banks will be in a position to help even the substandard MSME units, that is those who are NPS but which have the potentiality to perform, which have the potentiality to regenerate, and which have the potentiality to come back to the mainstream. So such units are also being helped out. Now, power distribution companies, that is DISCOMs, were also in crisis because many of the units have not consumed the electricity which has been supplied, and there were problems with many of the distribution companies. So rupees 90,000 crores has been provided to the DISCOMs, that is the power distribution companies, to enable them to pay to the electricity generating companies, so that they can survive, and a special liquidity window has been provided to NBFCs of about 30,000 crores, so that they are in a position to go for on lending to MSME units, and about 45,000 crores has been allocated for partial credit guarantee to be provided to NBFCs. So these are all some of the measures which have been provided under Atmanirbhar Bharat Yojana, so that the MSME sector can be energized to be a part of the mainstream of the economy. And businesses have also been helped out by changing the ecosystem, by improving the ease of doing business, by providing relief in the form of reduction in the TDS level by 25%, so that they can have more funds at their disposal. It is estimated that about 50,000 crores will be available to them, and many of the divestment has been proposed in public sector entities, so that there will be higher public-private partnership as far as these kind of units are concerned. And the second trench talks about helping the poor, including migrants and farmers. So for them, affordable rental housing has been provided in some places, and food grains have been provided to the migrants, and portability of ration cards. One nation, one card is the scheme that is now mooted, and the state governments which do that will be incentivized by increasing their capacity to borrow against the GDP that they generate. So, lot of facilities have been provided to the poor and migrant labor, so that they can come back to the mainstream. And street vendors have also been given a 10,000 rupees loan, so that they can start their vending business, because many of the vendors who were engaged in selling small items on the streets, they were out of business because of the lockdown and because of the pandemic and the crisis that we have seen. And the identification of these borrowers will be made by the municipal authorities, who will be giving them the permit to do the vending business on the streets. So it's a great relief to the street sellers. The third trench of ANBA talks about agriculture and allied sectors, how to provide them relief. So rupees 2 lakh crores has been allocated to provide concessional credit to farm sector, and about 2.5 crore farmers are benefited by this measure. Rupees 30,000 crores of emergency working capital funds are routed through NABARD, and the fishermen have been provided about 11,000 crores under Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. Animal Husbandry Infrastructure Development Fund of rupees 15,000 has been created. So agriculture and allied sectors have been provided lot of relief measures so that they can come back to the mainstream of the economy. Under the fourth tranche, new horizons of growth, commercial mining in coal sector has been widened. So investments of rupees 50,000 crore has been done under this, and ease of doing business in mining sector has been given more emphasis so that import substitution is made possible. FDI in defense manufacturing has been raised from 49% to 74%, so that more local manufacturing can be possible. And the main theme of ANBA 1 is vocal about local. That means we should be in a position to use local products for our regular needs. So we need to go vocal as far as our local products are concerned, and we need to manufacture more domestically for the rest of the world. That is, we should become a manufacturing hub for the rest of the world. So with these aspirations, more manufacturing facilities are encouraged in domestic sector, better airspace management in civil aviation, and world-class airports are to be built under a private public partnership system, so that there is more private participation in the growth of the economy and in creating employment opportunities. And when activities increase, then automatically employment will increase and more people will be benefited because of that. So the capacity building is one of the objectives of ANBA 1. And government reforms have also been proposed as in the fifth tranche, where some privatization of some of the public sector enterprises are mooted, and maybe that way forward a lot of private participation will be there in manufacturing and in running the public sector units. The ease of doing business, I think all of us know very well that we have improved a lot from about 142 in 2014 to about 63 in 2019. And even insolvency and bankruptcy code is also being strengthened, and about 40,000 crores of allocation has been increased in Manrega so that more people are benefited. Public sector enterprises policies are are working now so that more private participation can be improved, and the borrowing power of the state governments have been increased from 3% to 5% because of the need due to the pandemic, and these have been attached to some of the reforms. So if the states implement those reforms, then they will be permitted to raise funds, and this relief of increase from 3% to 5% of the state's GDP, the benefit will work out to about 4.28 trillion. So that is a big chunk of benefit to the state governments to spend on capital expenditure, on building the infrastructure, on the needs of healthcare and related aspects. And the Companies Act 2013 is also being amended to decriminalize some of the factors so that the companies are given a relief. We will be also talking about ANBA 2 and ANBA 3 in separate editions of Knowledge Series. So thank you for watching, and I would request you to put your comments, subscribe and share the information so that we can learn together. Thank you so much.